We're here at KingCast.net, Mortgage Movies. We're going to address a brand new case out of New Hampshire holding that Sand Canyon assignments may deny subsequent holders the right to foreclose, vis-a-vis my previously existing coverage of that and related issues in New Hampshire, where I am also suing to get FOIA documents at no cost to the press relative to area bankruptcy trustee Lawrence Sumsky's lack of due diligence on B-10 foreclosure proof of claims. Now, the mise en scène is the New Hampshire Superior Courthouse, as I feel the subjects of my investigation perform best in that milieu. Will you talk to me off record?
What's that?
Will you talk to me off record?
I'll talk to you off record.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Why not on record?
You need to turn that off.
But why? I'm just asking you, why not on record? I mean, you got to go into open court and discuss it on record.
I don't know who you are.
I told you, KingCast.net. I started Alpha Title Company here a number of years ago. I've done a couple hundred real estate closings, and I'm just curious as to a couple of questions.
Well, then I'll be happy to answer a couple of questions once you turn that off.
Very well, counsel. But when we spoke off record, this lawyer for Merrimack Mortgage couldn't tell me anything. You know, who's got the note? Where's the missing assignment? Nothing. So the case just ricocheted around like a pinball. You know, where's the note? Where's the mortgage? Who's got the right to foreclose? Sometimes you'll face some unscrupulous real estate companies that kind of snow you over and you lose your way. And you need to get things shoveled off to the side so you can find the truth. Well, that's why Mortgage Movies is here with KingCast.net. Back at KingCast.net. We're working another feature on our Mortgage Movies section. We're here with Jeanne Ingress, who is still battling the powers that be, the couple of corporate banks, including, what do we have here, Wells Fargo?
Wells Fargo, American Home Mortgage Servicing, Inc.
Merrimack Mortgage was
Merrimack Mortgage, Option One, Sand Canyon.
Has an assignment from an entity by the name of Sand Canyon Corporation, formerly known as Option One, to Wells Fargo in, looks like September 7 of this year.
Stop right there. That's impossible because Sand Canyon didn't exist at that time as a transferring entity. Not only that, Ms. Ingress has the dreaded Linda Green forged or robo-signed documents in her case, okay? So the lower court ignored all of that. Now she needs to raise that in the federal court where this case is also being heard in the form of a judicial notice or something, because this is not right. But why? It appears that there's an assignment made there.
My client was probably posted, which in fact I looked at the note yesterday. We have it in our possession ourselves, so we have the original with lodged then, so I verified that. So that I don't believe is an issue, as well as the original mortgage documents. I physically looked at those.
I object because this is hearsay. Hang on just a minute.
So we do have the right and authority to move forward under state foreclosure.
I'm sorry, counsel. I'm all the confusion. I'm not sure if you heard my question. Did you have a verified?
Did you have a response? I have no comment. Thank you.
Oh, so you won't answer whether or not there's a verified chain of custody for the note or anything? Okay. There are a number of issues here. I know I attended an earlier court hearing with you.
The court should never accept a filing of a claim without the wet ink note. So they're committing fraud against us, fraud upon the court, and fraud all around.
So you need to turn that off. I really...
Oh, and have you made a formal request for the wet document?
Yes, and it's proof of standing.
And how does that prove standing for you?
No, of course, Wells Fargo attorney Shawn Masterson wants us to believe that we can trust him in the Ingress case, but that doesn't make any sense because I've already offered up a $150 bottle of Clicquot if he ever produced those original documents, and he failed to do it. Who passes that up? Not to mention the opportunity to make me shut my big fat mouth. I mean, I'm sure, my cousin told Charles Barkley I had the biggest mouth of anybody he knew except Charles Barkley. Now, here the funny thing is, both of us were journalists. I've been a journalist for 25 years. I'm not a big shot named journalist like my cousin, but guess what? If either of us ask for documents, we're both journalists, we get them for free under FOIA. That's the bottom line. And what has the U.S. trustee done? Have you spoken with the U.S. trustee?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this widow here.
Attorney Corliss has spoken to her. It's not like she has not spoken to the debtor.
Oh, I understand that, but she has not acknowledged the potential fraud, and this is important given the fact that Harmon law offices, of course, are involved with the same people down in Florida, with David Stern and those guys who are under, criminal investigation and civil litigation. We're here at KingCast.net, Mortgage Movies, to explain the ramifications of the pending lawsuit that I'm going to be filing against the Department of Justice relative to the refusal to grant the free press fee waiver exemptions under the FOIA. As we see, many responsible statesmen across the country have been suing for proof of claim, B-10 proof of claim. However, that's not what happened in New Hampshire, so I filed a FOIA request to see Lawrence Sumsky's due diligence efforts in that regard, and I was stonewalled. And so that went on for about a year, and I've recently received a letter back from one of their attorneys, Janice Galli McLeod, who tells me that she's going to deny my request for free documents because I have too much commentary in my journal entries. That's the stated reason. So therefore, I let her know in uncertain terms that I'm going to be suing her, and this is her last chance to avoid that. And as we'll see going through the elements of the lawsuit, it's pretty clear that I have experience as a journalist. All of the elements that are set forth under the statute, I meet or surpass them through the years. I've demonstrated that, having been a licensed title insurance producer, former assistant state attorney. All these things are in the record, and they were thoroughly ignored by her intentionally. Don't forget, it's also crucial to analyze the Supreme Court of New Hampshire's decision in a very similar case involving a mortgage website that has information and commentary. The statute itself does not anywhere on its face or in its intent grant some type of exception for commentary. It just is what it is. I'm a journalist. I get out there in the field, I report what I see, I analyze things using my experience. That's what journalists do, and I don't care who likes it or not, I'm going to sue them. Haha, but wait, here's the bonus round. This morning, the Department of Justice looked in and downloaded this picture. That proves that subpoena is to me, Christopher King, as a member of the press, as recognized by media attorneys and the Boston Herald, in a very important pending lawsuit that I helped organize, actually.